Welcome, my peace, my peoples. Please like, comment, subscribe, share the video. It would be greatly appreciated from the bottom of my heart, my peace, my peoples. So let's talk about Black Lightning, season 1, episode 8 and 9. Trying to catch up. I moved, so this show is kind of intense and there's a lot of details in the show or whatever. But anyways, let's talk about Black Lightning. We know Black Lightning is happy because he is training Nessa basically to be a good fighter, and she's turning out to be a great, excellent, wonderful fighter, and also using her book sense and her knowledge and her powers all together makes her really unstoppable. Able to read lips, able to do just about anything, crack codes, because she's in science, she's in math, and things like that as well. And her name is Thunder. We got a name for Thunder. Her costume is terrible. I don't know who designed her costume. I don't know who designed Black Lightning costume, but it's terrible. There's a lot of African Americans in the community that are artists that they can just go online and search. I know like 5. They could do better costumes or whatever. So anyways, but Black Lightning is proud of his daughter. He's proud that she's smart. He's proud of her and everything. And then on top of that, he's proud that she saved his life. Basically, she's real smart. So anyways, we get to, we started off the episode with the community is upset with Black Lightning. They are not feeling him. They are not liking him at all because they think he's a killer. He's a murderer, that he killed Lady Eve. And we all know he did not kill Lady Eve. He's been set up to take the fall. And basically they're using these guns that are almost identifiable to Black Lightning's power, where the people like burnt up through fire, electricity, or whatever. So they're pinpointing it on Black Lightning, but we all know it's not Black Lightning. So, but anyways, we get Lala back. Lala's back. So I guess we didn't really see Lala get killed. It looked like he got killed. So I guess he was knocked out. But how is Lawanda back into his life? How is Lawanda there with Lala? And now it seems like she's controlling him and she's in his mind. So does that mean that, Lala's going to go after the 100, or is he going to go after Black Lightning? Because Lawanda was kind of mad at Black Lightning because she felt like, Black Lightning didn't protect her daughter like he protected his daughters, and he left her there at the scene and she got killed or whatever. But Lala's back, and he comes back to the club. He's liking the music that he's hearing. He's like, oh shit. But it seems like now he's obsessed and he has a crush on Lawanda. Is it really him, or did Lady Eve snatch up Lala and did some type of experience on him? Because she was working in a funeral home, so he was revived and he's back. Lala is here with his cute ass. So anyways, Lala's back or whatever. So then we see Gambi meeting up with the head of the ASA, basically the head man in charge, and he wants Black Lightning dead because he believes Black Lightning killed Lady Eve, and they can't have that because we know a couple episodes ago about that it would mess up the system as one of these, people with special powers were killed, and it'll be on the radar. So anyways, Gambi's trying to let the guy know that it wasn't Black Lightning. Maybe I can prove it. It was like, no, we want him dead. We should have killed him a long time ago. We told you. We want him dead. And so, Gambi is two-faced, but basically he wasn't real and truthful to, Black Lightning, which he should have been, because Black Lightning would have been aware of all his enemies and people coming after him. And it's so crazy how the media is praising, Lady Eve, but she was the most evil as one of all of them. And basically she was running the 100, the gang, the 100, putting the drugs on the street. She was the liaison to the Black community, and she was no good. But see how sometimes they put people up on pedestals and put them in the media that you believe is so great, but they're awful and they have terrible history and backgrounds that you are not privy to, and you think that, okay, this person's wonderful, oh my god, I can't believe they're gone, but they're the devil himself, they're the demon himself. So that's what Lady Eve. So Lady Eve is gone. So anyways, Black Lightning and his daughter are trying to figure out a way to prove that, Black Lightning did not kill Lady Eve, because the police, the government is after Black Lightning, and they got the green light to kill him, but they already have the green light because he's becoming a nuisance and he's interfering with the Green Light Project, basically. And then we find out that Gambi knew all along about the Green Light Project. Basically, he was a scouter and he was there from back in the day, and that's how he met, Black Lightning's father and shit like that. And actually, he's part of the reason why, Jefferson's father was killed, because he sent Black Lightning's father information about what was going on with the studies that they were doing in the community. And then on top of that, that just brings us back to the Henrietta Lacks. That brings us back to a lot of different things where the government will go into the Black community and put diseases like hepatitis, herpes, gonorrhea, and different things like that, and test it on people that didn't have health insurance, and these clinics, and also HIV too as well. So this program is almost it's almost letting you know what they used to do back in the day, which it happened 30 years ago. And a lot of this stuff did happen 30 years ago, where people in the community, and the African American community, the indigenous community, were used as test dummies, and there was nothing to protect them at all. Even when they did Henrietta Lacks, the way they did she died poor, and her kids, still don't have any money. Didn't they have any money or gain anything from the research? But the government, the doctors, the researcher people gain money. They have wealth. And basically after that, they created a law where anytime you get, any blood samples, any tissues, the government has the right to use it, whatever's left over. So you don't have any say or any rights to whatever biological stuff they take from you and create from it. So they made that law intense and on purpose because of the Henrietta Lacks situation. So her family never seen repercussions. Her family never got what they did just do. They never even got the fame they was supposed to. The movie just finally came out, I think last summer. I believe, was it last summer? Yeah, I believe the movie came out last summer, if I'm correct. I did do a review on the movie. The movie was so sad. And, so anyways, so we find out that, Gambi, his name is really Peter something, and Peter was going around scouting kids or whatever, and then he was finding kids with power because they was using the kids as test dummies, putting green light and all types of toxics and things in the community, because at Freeland, which is called Freeland, but it wasn't free, but basically it was supposed to make the people in the community docile, supposed to make them obedient, supposed to make them basically follow with the laws and different things that were passed, and act like nothing was going on, like they do today with music, with food, with false propaganda and music, things to keep your mind distracted, where you don't know what's going on, when you don't pay attention to the big things that are going on. To basically food is we have to consume food and water every day. Now if you poison that, then you know what it is. So anyway, so now, it's coming to light what what Peter used to do, or Gambi used to do, and basically kind of like broke away from the system. But he still works with them. He still works with the ASA basically, and he didn't let Black Lightning know anything that was going on, even when they came after Lynn. So now Peter's back up against the wall, and he know that they want to kill Black Lightning, and they will kill Nessa too as well, and his whole family, once they find out exactly who he is. But Gambi did, protect Black Lightning from the ASA finding out exactly who he is, because he could have gave him up, but he didn't. And Gambi did regret for what he did. And sometimes sometimes we can be used and not knowing that we're being used. And once we find out, we tried to make it better. And that's why he tried to make it better when, Jefferson's father got killed, to actually protect and be with, Jefferson as he grew up, and, monitor him or whatever. But still, he should have told him that, taking down Lady Eve, taking down, Tobias, and, and all of them people they're not the real big problem. The real big problem is the government that's involved, the ASA, the CIA, the FBI, and people like that. So anyways, it is what it is with that situation. And basically, Black Lightning, he's trying to make sure that, his daughter Nessa is equipped, that her costume and her powers can block radiation, because, radiation's used a lot. Radiation and all different types of stuff, basically, to just basically block it out. And then we get Jennifer, she's in school, and she actually saved her best friend Keisha, because Keisha is getting onto a ladder trying to post a picture, and she's about to fall, and all of a sudden, Jennifer's able to use her eyes, which is fire. So Jennifer power is fire. She saves her best friend. She finds out that she has power. She is shaken. She's scared. She don't know what to do. She talks to Nessa. Nessa lets her know, okay, well, it's nothing. And then after that, Nessa lets her know, okay, you do have power. You do have power. I have power too as well. But Jennifer's afraid and she's scared of it, and she feels like everyone's been lying to her because she's been saying that people are lying to her because she doesn't know how Nessa and Dad were first mad at each other. Now Jefferson and Nessa are back together. They're hanging out. They're doing things so much or whatever. So it is what it is. So now she finds out that she has power, and basically they're gonna develop her power, and she's gonna get a costume. But right now they're just trying to console her. And Lynn and Jefferson are upset that, Nessa told her about her power, but Nessa was like, I had no other choice to tell her because she felt weird, she felt uncomfortable. She apologized for it all, blase the third. So basically, Lynn then has, she doesn't have 3 family members that have powers, and she don't, but Lynn's power is science. Lynn's power is knowledge. Lynn's power is actually understanding different things and putting numbers and genetics and shit like that together. And then that's when Lynn does find out when she goes to look for the samples of, their grandfather's work and the green light sample, and then, Jefferson's sample or whatever. All the paperwork has been gone, has been destroyed. But she basically finds a little bit of information because a pregnant lady when I leave or whatever. So then she finds out that, the black lightning is almost just like, Jefferson's DNA of black lightning. And basically now she finds out that, this research has been going on for 30 years. And so that's when she wants to talk to Gamby. And then that's when Gamby says, I need to talk to Black Lightning to tell him some things, and blase the third. So Lynn is feeling some type of way about the situation because she knows that, Peter Gamby is wrong, but she also knows that he has good intention, and she believes that she needs him. So anyways, Peter is done. He finds out that, Gamby has been lying to him and not telling him the truth, and possibly could have got his father killed, and he sent the information to his father, and his father was murdered. So, and he was like, yo, you didn't tell me this, you didn't tell me that, or whatever. So, but we also know that, Black Lightning wasn't born with his power. He was one of the kids that, when they was doing the research and the study and putting the stuff out there in the samples and the chemicals, which is green light that's been developed for over 30 years, that, he was a product of one of them. So, but I guess his DNA matching with the green light and able to still contain the power without having the green light to sustain for so long that he was able to pass down the powers to his daughters, unless they were still running the chemical tests and doing research on these people, and they still didn't even know what was going on. And Peter didn't say anything about that the ASA is still running, science tests and dummy tests and chemical tests and lab tests, like basically they're lab rats or whatever. So it is what it is with that situation. So basically everything is out on the table, and Black Lightning still have not forgiven Gamby or whatever. But in the meantime, in between time, it has been a hit out on Black Lightning, and basically, Peter Gamby knows who's putting the hit out on him, but he won't tell Black Lightning. So basically, Black Lightning and Nessa got to test their grandfather's steps, per steps basically, and find out, where his last steps was, where the money was coming from, where the research started basically, and basically they're going to be on to something, find out the weapons, because then, they're still kind of working with Gamby at this point until, episode 9, that they go to the lab and they go to the autopsy place, they go to the morgue, and they find Lady Eve, and they found out that, she wasn't killed by Black Lightning. They see, because if Black Lightning had killed, Lady Eve, there would have been, like lightning strikes or like plant type signals, but on her skin it's like burnt like fire. So that's when they can tell the difference. So now Gamby, and everybody knows that Black Lightning is innocent. Now he has to prove that he's innocent. So he goes and he conversates with, Henderson, to let Henderson know what's going on, that, Black Lightning didn't do the shooting or whatever. And Henderson at this point is actually believing Black Lightning. And so Black Lightning and Nessa, they find, a body with the weapon or whatever, because basically the people they hired, that was hired to kill Lady Eve, they killed them too as well. So supposedly Henderson didn't get the message. He sent somebody else, and that person ended up getting killed. And that's when Nessa saves her father's life, and that's when he's happy. He feels so good about the situation. He's loving his daughter. He doesn't want to change anything about her. So, but basically now, he knows that, you know, the police department is really corrupt. Like, he knew it before, but they're even worse corrupt than they was before. So basically they're trying to get down to the nitty gritty to find out who the hell is in charge of who's trying to kill, you know, Black Lightning. And basically it's the ASA. And, you know, Gambi's doing his work on the other side, but he could at least gave, you know, Black Lightning the heads up of what's going on with the situation or whatever. But it is what it is. And, you know, Lala's having a vision of having sex with, you know, LaWanda, whatever, in the shower. But before then, he's in that car right there sitting, and he's talking to himself with these other guys that was inside the club, like his right-hand man. And she was like, you got to kill him. So why is LaWanda so violent? So this ain't the real LaWanda. Now, is LaWanda actually being controlled by Lady Eve? I don't know. Because we know that she did some type of stuff or whatever. So, you know, LaWanda was like, kill these guys, they're gonna turn on you. This guy was supposed to take your spot. So is it really LaWanda, or is it the last vision that Lala can remember and he feels indebted to LaWanda? But basically the dudes that are in the 100 game that is driving Lala around is like, yo, who's he talking to? Lala's talking about killing him, I'm not gonna kill him, this and that and this, and they're like, yeah, I would have jumped at the car. And then Lala was like, LaWanda, how can I kill him right now when they're driving the car? We all gonna die, we all gonna be victims. So that part was really type of funny or whatever, but we'll see what happens. And then, you know, Peter's name is exposed. He just tells everything that was going on. The person that's in charge of the MASA is Martin Proctor or whatever. So now Jennifer has the power. She's strong and she's powerful. So basically, you know, Henderson and Black Lightning actually hook up again, and they're doing good as well. Like, they're working together and trying to get Green Light off the street. Henderson actually believes who Black Lightning is, and we have a conversation on the phone with Black Lightning. He goes, yo, if I get killed, something happens to me, please let my wife and my children know that I wasn't a dirty cop or whatever. So Henderson now knows that people in his department are dirty, even the detectives that work with him. So now he's doing his own research, and he finds out who in the department is dirty. He's taking pictures, and he's watching them. And so anyways, we get the wonderful scene with Nessa and Jennifer. Basically, Jennifer was like, I think I'm smoking too much weed is killing me. Like, you don't see her as the type of individual that was smoking weed, especially Black Lightning's daughter, the principal's daughter, mother, the scientist, sister, the thunder superhero. And basically they have a banter going back and forth that is actually entertaining and actually funny, which, you know, brighten up the episode. And so it is what it is. And that's when, you know, Nessa lifts up the bed or whatever, and then it's crazy. And she shows the power, and Jennifer's just freaked out. But at the end, Jennifer finds out Jennifer is cool with it, and she understands or whatever. So then basically, you know, Gambi's working his way. He's finding out the information where the guns are held, where the lab of the drugs are made, because they've been looking for this lab and these drugs for a long time, the green light drugs or whatever. So basically they get there and they destroy the lab. You see, you know, Nessa getting shot up with bullets, and she's able to keep going. And then basically, you know, Nessa and, you know, Black Lightning work together good as a team. Basically, they go see this lawyer, and basically they ask him about what GTC is. That's where the checks are coming from Bencor or whatever. Nessa is able to put everything together real quick. She was like, in grandfather's, you know, records and all this other stuff. This happened, and you got Gambi got the Mambo Death, you know, serum that he sticks this guy at the ASA at. And then basically finds out, you know, what Mark is at, finds out where the guns, the weapons, the lab. So basically it's on and popping. You know, what's her name? Nessa, she goes to see Gambi, and he gives her a uniform, you know, her new uniform, her new costume, her new superhero outfit, which is not that great, but it does a lot of protection. It probably protects against everything now. So, you know, she's ready for war, and her and, you know, Black Lightning goes to the lab and tear it up. And actually Henderson is on the phone with Black Lightning. He's giving him an address to go to check out information, and Black Lightning tells Henderson to go home. Henderson, look, I ain't going nowhere. My department's corrupt. So Henderson actually gets into the lab, and he actually saves Black Lightning's life, and basically arrests the doctor, arrests people, blow up the lab. But we know this is not it with Green Light. We got to find out what Lala's going to be doing, and where is Tobias. And Tobias is Tobias also has Caleb. Caleb, he was supposed to be, paralyzed. I know he's walking by now. And what's going to happen when they build a super creature like Caleb that's young, that's fast, and they use him as a test dummy. So we're going to find out what happens with that, and how, Jennifer is going to use her powers, and how much more of her powers used that she can use, and how she's going to deal with that situation. Because she said to her mom that I really don't want to save people's life. Like, I don't really want to be a superhero. Then we also see that Lynn and Jennifer having a conversation where, Nessa has a fan page, and she has more followers and more people that like her than Black Lightning, because Black Lightning has been demonized. The black man has been demonized a lot. So, but Nessa's going to have her turn pretty soon, where the community is going to turn against her. And so basically right now they have some arrests done, but there's a lot more because the powers go higher and higher. So Gambi has to tell Black Lightning more information, actually who's running the whole show. So anyways, the new episode, I believe it comes out tonight. If not, I caught up. I tried to get everything in there that I wanted to get into the episode, but basically the green light is almost like crack cocaine. Like, they realized that how the pleasure, the sensation, and how crack cocaine, crack rock really like took over the black community and destroyed them, just like they're using with green light. It was something with crack cocaine, the way that crack cocaine affect indigenous African American people. That's why you saw the community totally destroyed. People, like, you had lines around corners, people using the crack cocaine, because it was almost chemicalized, and to identify with African Americans when they take crack cocaine, how addictive it would be. Because white people was addicted to coke. You don't really see too many white crackheads, but the black crackheads, they can do anything. They can go to work, they can fix things. Sometimes it made them better. They can run faster. When they get into a fight, they can fight even longer, and they stayed addicted. I know people that are still on crack cocaine, that was on crack cocaine in the 80s, and it was just like the power of it that make the way that makes them feel. And this is almost just like, there's a lot of documentaries on how crack was designed for African Americans and Blase the Third. But anyways, this is the same way the green light, because see how the green light is affecting the African American community, but they're in Freeland, they're not testing it in the white communities. They're using the test dummy as African Americans, basically. So I just see a lot of similarities with green light and crack cocaine and crack rock, and how it just took over the community, how it took over the kids, how it took over the children, how it took the mothers and the fathers out of the home. And green light is like they're telling so multiple stories in this program, which make it great if you can actually figure out where they're going. And so we also get Gambi, he was watching the children and things like that, and he's seen like the kids that he was watching for over 30 years or 20 something years will end up found dead or whatever. So basically they have to make sure that they don't find out who Black Lightning is, that is Jefferson or his children. So peace, I'm out, one love. Please like, comment, subscribe, share the video, and it'd be greatly appreciated from the bottom of my heart, my peeps, my peoples. Peace.